Welcome back to our development blog update videos for VRChat. It is RetroYuuki, and today's update for September 15, 2022 deals with the live beta and development updates and development changes. Now, I will tell you, this is the first time I'm going to say this, but there is going to be a follow-up. But the follow-up video has nothing to do with the development update. It's more of what happened after the release of the EAC update, and I want to go over how it impacted two things: investors and community. So we're going to be talking about the business aspect of what the EAC update did that we need to talk about if you're talking about like a business standpoint of video games, because this has been going on in video games for who knows how long. But we'll get into that in its own video. But today, let's talk about the development update for today. So today, we got the September 15, 2022 from yesterday. And it's more about the live beta. So basically, bugs. Like, what did they fix? So they fixed the button controls in the logs folder. They fixed avatar cloning. So because of the new UI, it wasn't being respected. And actually, you got to see a little bit during the stream with Spooky when she was playing as her new OC Clover. And you got to see Scronaut Studios actually show you what actually happens in main menu 2.0 and the beta, that you can actually clone an avatar without, even if your menu button is off, you can clone an avatar. And he showed us that during that stream. If you want to see that stream, make sure you guys check it out, because that was a huge bug, and thankfully they fixed it. Next one was the initial display of color correction on slider percentages. That's for the color filters. Worlds banners not to have a hover effect. That's very minor. Disable the current instance button on the World tab and adjust the UI elements to get more categories above the fold. So above the fold, for example, means like there's a line. If you develop websites, there's a line that is above the fold. So the word September here is technically above the fold. So if your thing is above the fold, that's what we call above the fold as a website developer. So that's what you want to see, above the fold. So they're going to do the create instance button tab above the fold. The current instance page can still be accessed via profile menu, profile wing, or the QM menu on the here tab. That's what's going to happen there. 2022.3.1 is the largest, if not the largest, of releases we've done in quite a while, and so we're expecting to continue to squash buggies and polish features for the next week or two. We're making progress day by day, of course. Importantly, thank you to all the beta testers, that's me, who provided a lot of feedback. I do not provide feedback, unfortunately. I just read stuff. We're working through the feedback and bug reports as quickly as we can. There's a lot. Expect a live beta update soon, perhaps on the September 16. Hallelujah, because I'm doing VRChat tonight. Thankfully, two of them actually. Thank you, Volts, and thank you to Spooky for that customizable avatar. But yes, we are having VRChat, so you're gonna see a live beta update today during the stream. Now it's time to get into the development updates. Favorite part. Huge amount of work we've been doing recently has been focused on the main menu, so there's mostly about today. And it's the 58.00B bug, or the bug code. There's a server bug where people were getting stuck in a loop loading a 58.00B world. We fixed that. So, for example, if a world exactly, it has to be exactly, has 58.00 bytes of data to load, then it's going to be looping, okay? So only if it's 58.00 exactly. So that's the only time this bug happens to be in play. It also sometimes causes avatars to load as errors. If we saw this recently, it should be fixed now. So no more 58.00b blooper. Okay? Main menu updates, iteration, and box bug squashing. A lot of work we've been doing right now is fixing bugs with the main menu live beta. We do have some improvements underway too. Let's cover some of them, and you may see this in the live beta update soon. That today. Microphone settings. We updated the microphone settings in the main menu to replace a quick menu. It means you can access the microphone sensitivity as well as the noise cancellation option in the main menu too. Discovery issue. Some creators have pointed out that new worlds have some issues discovery of worlds. We agree. Hopping uses directly into trending has side effects we aren't totally okay with. Right now we're exploring some concepts to help us out. One concept is the launch pad or other type of landing page for worlds where users start out. Whatever pathway we improve to the world discovery, it will likely make it into VRChat in the update after the main menu release. Okay. Current world button in Worlds tab. We removed this button, make room for more categories, but really underestimated how much we noticed pretty quickly the photoline with the live beta over the weekend, and we also got a lot of feedback the button was missed. We did some rearranging, and the current world button is coming back without too much lost space. So basically, it's a button of the current world. That's it. But I really think it should be there in the first place, just to show you guys the current world and the diesels and all that good stuff for nerds. Very good. Very good, boys. You're bringing it back. Good job. There's a whole lot of bugs and improvements and stuff. So here's what's going to happen in QA. We fixed, and not limited to, an issue with a mic icon transparency being initialized incorrectly. Not be able to rejoin the current world. To the main menu getting scrambled. If you click around a lot, oh yes, that's me. Unfortunately, the avatar menu will not retain in settings. So, for example, if you, like myself, if you have an avatar that has multiple modes, and you've seen this with a few characters of mine, so the avatar will not retaining settings. Like if you're doing a chronic avatar in particular, if you have a normal mode, if you have a super form, or if you have a dark form, corrupted form, so on and so forth, if for some reason the avatar menu ring is not retaining those settings, whatever you put in last time, so they fixed that. So the next time you log in with that particular character, you should be in super form, but you have to redo it if you switch avatars. Keep that in mind. Sometimes you have to redo it, but it's okay. You're good there now. Clicking on buttons playing sound on key down, but taking action on key up. So what that is downstairs when you press the down key on your keyboard, but the action is taken up on key up. Okay, the button is playing sound on down, but not on up. Okay, so you have to think about that one too. Next thing is the improvements. Some of this are nerdy stuff, so I'm gonna skip over those. Swapping between user and world search is difficult. We fixed by adding a selector to the keyboard and while searching. Also many friends locations. Update location header text to show instance type instead of number of people in instance. I think that is a good move. It is a very good move. Because if you see how many people are in that instance, I think it's more of a interesting development. And I think it's the type that you want to see more of rather than how many people. So good move. Background images, memory, and this uses needed improvement and optimization. So in the new main menu 2.0, you can actually change the background of your main menu. Believe it or not. I showed that off during my stream of the of the main menu 2.0. So if you want to check that out, make sure you guys hit that video in the end screen later in this video. Fixed fixed sorted by drop down on friend location social page, so it doesn't disappear it doesn't appear interactable. So it's not interactable. Basically, that's what that is. They made it interactable. Next one is called VRAM. So if you are a nerd and you want to learn about like memory, that is for you. Put VRAM estimation metric into the quick menu. We're going to see that this today in my stream of VRChat. 2 of them actually. Don't forget 2:30 and 5 p.m. Both of them are VRChat live. 2 different characters. Keep that in mind. Next one, gesture toggle reverted from a notification back into an icon. Okay, so for this one, gesture toggle is a menu item that you can toggle up, down, up, off, and on. That allows you to see hand gesture. So it's from a notification back into an icon, meaning instead of being notified you're being touched, there's an icon to notify you being touched. So that's a good move. Good boys. Now here's something they're working on. Okay. Some more we're definitely aware of and working on. First one, audio percentage value suddenly and apparently randomly change. Yeah. If you come up with a reproducible case as in you make it happen on purpose and can provide steps, please let us know. Merge account token is missing from the new UI. So if you are not aware, you can merge your account with your stuff. So like Quest, you can merge your Quest account with all your stuff so you can grab your avatars and material. But apparently it's missing from the new user interface with the beta. Next one, background highlight moves around when pointing at RetroYuuki or personal mirror. So basically saying when you highlight something, it moves around, and it's when you wrote user interface or personal mirror. So in Sovereign's Chill Home, there's this tablet where you can change settings of the world. That's called World UI. Personal mirror is its own thing, but there's a background highlight that moves around. So they're fixing that. Many settings from the gear tab in the quick menu to move to the main menu. This one I agree with. I actually agree with this one because some of the settings there are actually the same in that need to be in the main menu. I understand that it makes it easier, but I think those need to move to the main menu. Why? One less tab, obviously, but number 2, all those settings are exactly that needs to be in the main menu. So good move, good decision, as you would all say. Next thing, search only loads 2 pages of results in some modes. Yeah, they need more. That's basic. That's basic. Clicking and dragging across tabs break tabs. Okay, so main menu tabs that breaks tabs. So what this is like when you use main menu, if you click on something and drag across the main menu, it might break a tab. And when we break tab, like it won't work properly. Not crashing, it's not gonna crash, but it breaks the tab. So be very careful if you're gonna click and drag with the main menu. Next one. Declining a friend request notification doesn't sync with the user's detail page. This one's very straightforward. So if you decline a friend request, it's to not say that there should be a friend request incoming. So if it says decline friend request, it should be removed from the board but apparently it's not removing from the board and it doesn't sync with the user details page. It might say by accident that you friended them with you technically declining the friend request. So it's not being synced. Okay, so that's something they are working on. Next one is basically a lot more. I'm not going to pronounce that, okay? Uh-uh. Next one is the chat box. So you actually got to see this in part one of our hangout with Volt, Spooky, and Davon. You actually got to see this with Volts the Hedgehog doing the chat box, and they're going to be doing some improvements with it. And here is what they are planning. So they are saying fix chat box distance check to match max voice distance per player. So basically saying this, the chat box is having a check in the background to match the voice distance per player. And each player per player is a big key here, because if you program something, you need to have a check, and if that passes the check, then you can do said action. So if you're a programmer, this is your knowledge. Next one, dynamically adjust chatbox width to fit text. I agree. This one's good. This one's a good improvement. Very good. Good boys. Improvement to chatbox appearance in mirror. So the chatbox can do in mirror, like a world mirror or a personal mirror. So that's good. Good boys. Next one, improvement implemented a chatbox sound effect when someone sets a message and settings to adjust to said sound effect. Very good. Next one is for our OSC friends. OSC slash chatbox, it's a command input that you can put. Endpoint updated to include additional bool or message complete. So a bool is actually short for Boolean, which in terms of a programmer is true or false. So in this case, they're checking. So if you use OSC, you are checking if that bool, B-O-O-L, is true or false, and they're going to include an additional Boolean for the variable message complete. Message complete is a variable to see what your input is. If that Boolean is true, send the message. If that Boolean is false, don't send the message. So they're going to include an additional message. And because a message complete with a variable, you can just use to trigger the message sound. Once the message is complete, that Boolean is true, then the message sound is going to be playing and you send your message. That's what it stands for. Technical terms, programming terms, basically nerdy stuff. Yeah, sorry, I had to go there, but yeah, that's what it means. Next one, no more nerdy stuff here. Added a custom input binding for VR to open the keyboard for chatbox input. Very straightforward. I'm not going to talk about that too much. Adding a desktop key binding for opening chatbox input. Currently Y button, but we might update change before release. So that's another thing I might try out for tonight's stream. Tonight's streams, I should say. Y button. So I use V for the voice. Now we're gonna use Y for chatbot. So if you are a VRChat user who uses desktop and wants to talk with us, and let's say you don't have a microphone, press the Y key. For now, they might change it, but press the Y key, activate your chatbot. Okay. Next thing, adjusted. They're going to change it. They might change it. We'll see. Next thing is the adjusted nameplate and Chatbox scale mirror behavior to prevent avatar clipping. So the avatar might clip through the chat box, and you don't want that. Okay. Improve usage with updated keyboard for input. I believe that is more of some other weird stuff. So I'm not going to go into that much. Next one is added new chat box position options. We'll talk about more of that later. Okay, or you might see that tonight. You never know. Remember, I'm streaming twice. So yeah. Next one is called travel error message improvements. Since the included secure instances, some of you might be familiar with this error. And actually, this is from the original old menu, the original menu before 2.0. Cannot join world instance because you cannot access this world. And here's what they said. It's a pretty annoying one, mostly because you have no idea why you can't travel. We're going to add more descriptive error messages that, at the very least, be able to help you diagnose the problem and help you join your friends more reliability. Reliability coming soon. They said. That's what they said. The reason why. Look at this error message. Cannot join world instance. You cannot access this world. Now it's different when there's a network issue. It's different when the servers are down. That's obvious. But look at this descriptive this error message. How descriptive is this? Nothing. You cannot access this world. Where's the why? Where's my why? The 5 question words that need to be answered. Who, what, when, where, how, why. And this is not acceptable. At least at this stage. You cannot access this world. Why? Well, probably because the instance you are trying to join is in, let's say, private, invite only. Let's just say, for example. Or you cannot access this world because the user has been included in do not disturb mode. Please wait for them, or ask them in Discord to change it to orange, green, or red. Excuse me, orange, green, or blue. So something descriptive would be very nice here. So I'm very appreciative that they are going to add more descriptive error messages in the very near future. Some other descriptive words could be cannot access this world because the user of this world is private, has made this private, or it could be a community lab in development. Something along those lines would be suffice. But hey, it's something. Okay? This is not giving me anything. So what I just gave you are examples of what I think is going to happen. Okay? Conclusion. That's all for this week. We've been very busy and crunching on main menu bugs. Mostly. These don't typically have flashy GIFs or videos we can show off. So I apologize for having a dev update full of a list. In repayment, we'll try to do our best to update live beta for you tomorrow. No promises, no cross. Excuse me. In repayment, we'll try our best to update the live beta for you tomorrow, which is actually today because this was written yesterday. No promises. Cross your fingers that it goes through QA testing. That particular terms. Thank you as always, and we'll talk to you again on next Thursday. I'll give you a new video for you guys next Thursday. Now, before we go, I would let you guys know that there's going to be a follow-up video to this, but primarily on the aspect of EAC update and what it really did. Did it really help the community? Did it really help investors? What was the outflow? What was the outcry? Something in that matter. So I'll be doing this solo because we've been working on these blog updates for like 5 weeks, and yeah, something's up. Okay, so look out for that. Video will be out this weekend, most likely before tomorrow's VRChat. That's it for now. If you guys have any questions for me, let me know. I know I went into a lot of nerdy stuff. It's only because I learned a little bit of CS, which I'm not going to talk about right, by the way. I already did. Oh boy. Uh-huh. Yeah. We're not talking about no nerd stuff here. But that's it for now. We'll see you guys at 2:30 for VRChat. Enjoy. And of course, as always, when you chat with the bat, don't get slack or don't get hacked. Enjoy, y'all.